The following video is brought to you with peer pressure from the BrewTubers Online Homebrew Club. The BrewTubers are sponsored by Beer and Wine Hobby and by 5 Star Chemicals. Today we're making a gluten-free Mexican lager. I mean, that's nothing special, right? That's what this Clarity firm is for. Didn't we do that with the Scottish Export in the last video? Yeah, you can do the Clarity firm, but it's not the same. I mean, it's so much better to be able to do it really gluten-free. I guess you can make 100% gluten-free beer, but it just seems like this is a lot easier. When we were in Spain, we drank beer that had the label gluten-free right on it, and there was barley in the ingredients. What do you think they did? Here in the United States, you can't label a beer as gluten-free, even if it's got Clarity firm in it. You actually have to use 100% gluten-free ingredients. I did not know that. The good news is you can actually make some pretty good beers with all gluten-free ingredients. We're not talking sorghum, are we? Because sorghum's pretty disgusting. No, not sorghum. You're right, sorghum's not good. I mean, this, for example, hiking boots, comes from Alt Brew in Madison, and it's actually really good. They've got millet in there, I think. Yeah, it's water, malted millet, rice, hops, and yeast. No barley in there at all. Here, take a try. Don't mind if I do. But it does smell good. That is good. But how do they get the sugars out of the millet? Well, the millet does struggle a little bit to extract the sugars from the starches. That's why we have these. They're enzymes that we got from gluten-free home brewing, and they're supposed to help with that. So we'll see how it goes. The good news with making a Mexican lager, at least my Mexican lager, 30% of it is corn anyway. So it's really just the barley, 2-row and 6-row. I guess that does make sense. Okay, so you're gonna do the Mexican lager with millet, and I'll use barley, 6-row and 2-row. Okay, we'll give that a try. right, we are here. We finally have the gluten-free Mexican lager to taste alongside the normal patio pounder we talked about last time.
My precious.
So I was thinking what we could do, since you've had this a bazillion times, we can start with that one, with the gluten-free, go through the full tasting, you know, aroma, taste, mouthfeel, the whole deal, and then go over to this one and see if it lines up. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
All right, here we go.
Excuse me.
Oh. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
What do you see?
Well, it's that pale straw we looked for when I did hair, when we lightened, you know, before we deposited the color. So that's the right color for the lager. A little bit of head, good amount of head. Yeah, very clear.
Yeah, it's like crystal clear, more clear, I think, than our normal Mexican lager. I think. We'll see what this one does, but it seems like it's even clearer than usual.
Just be careful with the insults there.
All right, ready to take a smell?
I'm ready.
What do you smell?
A little bit sweet. Maybe some apple juice type kind of aroma.
A little bit.
Yeah, other than that, not much.
Get any of the floral aroma from the Liberty hops because that's the hops, same hops between the two.
I think that's part of that apple juice aroma that it's this fruity floral kind of a thing coming up. It's balanced.
All right, ready to take a taste?
Smell. This is a little more full-bodied than mine.
And then the gluten reduced one?
Yes, yeah, which is surprising because I would have thought it would have been in the opposite.
This is the first time you've tried the gluten-free beer as well, right? This gluten-free beer. Why?
This is nothing like the gluten-free beers in the market. Otherwise, I'd be pounding those instead of making you make my patio pounder.
I really like the way this one turned out. It's very light. The Liberty hops definitely help balance it out. That part's the same. The corn is the main flavor for the Mexican lager that we've made.
Just that lovely sweet aroma there, yeah.
Yeah.
And taste, but not in a cloying way.
All right, let's open the other one and we'll see how it compares. I think it's very close. Here you go.
We can't cover up your beautiful face. No. I think girlfriend likes this attention.
Okay. First, I might have been lying about the clarity because this one looks pretty clear too.
I knew it. Do not disparage my beer.
So the clarity looks about the same.
A tiny bit darker.
I don't know. When I look at this here side by side, maybe I don't know.
The other one's clear. You're right.
It's a very slight chill haze, I think, that we get in this one. It's still very clear, but it's just slightly hazy. I think I noticed it when I was bottling too, and the interesting thing is when those bottles started warming up a little bit, the clarity got better.
Oh.
So I think it is a chill haze.
So what causes chill haze?
Proteins.
Okay, which would be gluten.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So you ready to take a smell of this one?
A little more hop to this one that I smell. I get the hops just a bit more.
I get a little bit more yeast ester. I mean, there's not a lot. It's a Mexican lager yeast, but I think I get a little bit, and this one has been lagering for a couple weeks less than the gluten-free one, so that could be the clarity too. But,
that could be.
But I don't know. Do you pick up anything like that, or is it just hops?
Oh, whoops! I tasted. I think it is that a little, along with the hops. I smell it more in this one, That one had something else balancing it out a little more.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, ready to take a taste?
Hang on,
All
did you catch that though? See, this one, the scent is different. You know what I mean? The aroma.
It does smell slightly
I catch
different.
That.
But that could, they're different yeasts too. This is
that could be a lot of that.
And this one was a liquid yeast, the non-gluten free. The gluten reduced one is the liquid yeast, and it's a powder yeast. On the gluten free, it was a safelager, I think. It could just be the difference in the yeast. All right, you ready to give it a try?
Ready. The other one's better.
The gluten-free one is better? I think so too.
Yeah. And that hurts me to say.
But this one, it's
not bad.
I'm getting
by any means.
It's the balance is a little different. It was a larger batch, so I'm getting more hop flavor out of this one.
I'm getting more too.
And this one's more balanced, and that just could be the size of the batch. And I will do the Mexican lager, the gluten-free one, as a 10-gallon batch next, and that'll be a really good comparison. This was an experiment beer, right? So I do it as a 5-gallon batch. So this will get promoted to a 10-gallon. We'll see how it goes. But I think you're right. I think the gluten-free beer overall is better.
Yeah. I think so too. I'm sorry.
I don't taste any of the apple cider, or you said you had some apple aroma?
Yeah. Not green apple per se, but I think it's the corn sweetness that I'm smelling.
Could be. Yeah, it's
kind of like smelling apple juice. You can't smell apple, but you know what I mean?
I don't get the green apple flavor that you get with some like rough lagers and stuff.
Not getting that.
I'm not trying to get you to say that because to protect my reputation as a brewer or anything.
Oh no, you wouldn't do that.
But
it's not the green apple.
I don't pick up acetaldehyde. I think it's it's sweeter. There's more corn sweetness. I think there's more hop flavor in the gluten reduced beer. And that could just be a balanced thing because of the different size batches and, randomness there. May have nothing to do with the grain bill. It probably has nothing to do with the grain bill. But I think this one, it's very clean and crisp.
Yeah. I'm liking it. Try not to let Miss Beautiful's face be covered.
All right. So we'll definitely do this one again. It was a great experiment. This beer has been like 6 months in the making from the beginning because I've never done an all-grain gluten-free beer before. This was the first attempt.
This was worth it.
Yeah, I definitely will do that one again. I might not do this one for a while. I may do that one a few more times and see, is this repeatable at a larger batch? Because honestly, more people can drink it.
Yeah.
It tastes better. At least this one does. And I actually have another previous batch that I tried next to it too. And there is still similarity between these two. That one, it's just, I think,
league of its own.
I don't know if the millet just has a really clean profile that just lets the corn doesn't take over. It doesn't taste like a strong corn flavored beer. It's clean.
I'm gonna suspect that the millet does have a cleaner profile because, as we know, sorghum is trash in beer, and it does not have a clean profile.
Yeah,
and this is just a whole. I was honestly braced for the sorghum kick.
There's no sorghum in here.
No need for green olives in there.
I just replaced the 2-row and 6-row with pale millet, and I think it's worked out really well. I'm definitely going to do more gluten-free all-grain brewing. This has been a good experiment, and in fact. It's experiment time at the Brew Tubers. We do an experiment every year, and we this time it's going to be a malt experiment. It's not going to be a gluten-free beer, but my malt will be a gluten-free malt. So that'll be a good one to try. And, I'll pick one that I want to try in a real gluten-free all-grain beer later on. So if you like what you see here, if you like these videos, make a comment or subscribe or whatever. Especially if you're interested in gluten-free all-grain beer and you want to see more videos like this one with a gluten-free all-grain brew, let me know. I won't take much encouragement because this has been fun. I had some great support from the the Gluten-Free Brewing Guild. There's a Discord group that came together. They were a Facebook group. Now they're, I had took some pictures when I was doing the brew, when I was kegging it. They know that a video is coming, but I've gotten some great pointers from them. And then, of course, if you want to try this beer, I do tend to ship beers to BrewTubers. You can go to brewtubers.com. If you're interested in joining the club, you don't have to have a YouTube channel. You can have a YouTube channel. You can comment. You can post stuff on the BrewTubers channel if you're interested in doing that. It's a great group of people also. They've also known about this beer for about 6 months and have been talking about it. And even in the last meeting, I actually did drink a beer from this keg during the meeting, so that was kind of fun. But another great group. And obviously I wouldn't be doing these videos if I wasn't in the BrewTubers. So it's been kind of another addition to the hobby that's made it just a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Okay. All right, so
a lot more.
I think that's it. So a successful beer. It might have actually put the nail in the coffin in the previous Mexican lager. Are you thinking I don't make this anymore and do if it turns out like that?
If it's repeatable, yes.
Yeah. So we'll
not.
No, I definitely look forward to doing this one again. It turned out really good. So, anything else?
No. Say hi to Lola in the comments. She loves that kind of attention.
All right. Well, thanks and cheers.
I drank it all.
You're like Aaron, always drinking his beer.
It was so good.